In the shadows of ancient temples, amidst the whispering wind that holds the echoes of the past, secrets lie hidden that continue to puzzle scholars worldwide. Imagine this: a renowned contemporary architect, armed with cutting-edge technology and knowledge, stands before the walls of Angkor Wat, helplessly spreading his arms. "Impossible," he whispers. "We cannot even reproduce this masonry today." How did ancient craftsmen, without computers or laser levels, create structures of such astonishing precision? How did they lift stone blocks weighing several tons to dizzying heights and place them with millimeter accuracy? Today, we embark on a captivating journey through Asia's most enigmatic architectural marvels, where each stone holds an encrypted message from the past, and every column is not just a support, but a part of an ancient code that we are only beginning to decipher. Are you ready to dive into a world where reality intertwines with mysticism and scientific facts coexist with legends? Prepare to be amazed, for what you will see challenges our understanding of human history. If Angkor Wat makes us ponder the precision of ancient technologies, then another Asian wonder of the world astounds with its incredible scale and grandeur. The Great Wall of China is not just a defensive structure. It is a living, breathing organism stretching over 21,000 kilometers through mountains, deserts, and plains of the Middle Kingdom. Imagine this: if we disassembled the wall into individual bricks and laid them out in a line, they could encircle the equator of our planet. How could an ancient civilization, lacking modern technology, create such an engineering marvel? Estimates suggest that more than 1 million people were involved in its construction, many of whom gave their lives to this monumental project. Local residents whisper that in moonless nights, one can hear soft moans emanating from the stonework, the echoes of the souls of the builders, forever entombed in these ancient walls. Yet, there are also more romantic secrets hidden within the wall's thickness. Archaeologists have discovered remarkable finds, love letters carved into bricks, secret signs and symbols whose meaning remains a mystery. What did these people want to convey? To whom were their messages addressed? Perhaps we will never know the full truth. Particularly intriguing is the phenomenon known as the singing wall. On certain days, when the wind blows with a specific force and at a particular angle, the wall begins to emit melodious sounds reminiscent of ancient Chinese flutes. Acousticians and physicists offer scientific explanations for this phenomenon, linking it to the resonant properties of the construction. However, many local residents believe that these are signals from the ancient guardians of the wall, transmitted through the centuries. Intriguingly, the Great Wall is not just a barrier, it is a complex system of communication and defensive structures. Signal towers, spaced within visible range of each other, allowed messages to be transmitted over thousands of kilometers in just a few hours using smoke by day and fire by night. This necessity for vivid signaling fires, according to one theory, led to the invention of gunpowder and fireworks. But was the wall built solely for protection against northern nomads? Some researchers propose an alternative hypothesis, that the true purpose of the wall was not just to keep enemies out, but also to hold something inside the empire. Could ancient Chinese emperors have aimed to control not only the movement of people, but also the flow of energy, adhering to the principles of feng shui? With each passing year, archaeologists uncover new sections of the wall, hidden beneath layers of earth and vegetation. Modern LiDAR scanning technology reveals what has been hidden from human eyes for centuries. In 2019, an unknown section of the wall, 150 kilometers long, was discovered, traversing virtually impassable mountain regions. How did the builders determine the optimal route without aerial photography and topographic maps? Why were some sections of the wall built in places with no apparent strategic value? These questions continue to puzzle researchers who propose ever new theories. Perhaps the full history of the Great Wall will never be told, and it will remain a silent witness to the grandeur of an ancient civilization, preserving its secrets for future generations. But let us now turn to no less mysterious underground secrets of Asia. Let us now move from monumental structures to no less mysterious underground secrets of Asia. Ancient tunnels and cave complexes hidden beneath the earth hold as many mysteries as their majestic surface counterparts. In the province of Shanxi, China, there is an extraordinary system of underground passages stretching over 300 kilometers, connecting ancient temples and settlements. Local legends claim that these tunnels were not created by human hands, but by a mysterious race of underground dwellers possessing extraordinary technologies. The walls of these tunnels are so smooth as if polished by an unknown tool, and some corridors are perfectly circular in cross-section, as if drilled by a giant laser. How could ancient builders, without modern equipment, create such perfect underground structures? Official science offers rational explanations related to erosion and the effects of underground waters, but many researchers are not quick to agree. Particularly intriguing are the artifacts found in these tunnels. Strange metallic objects with high aluminum and titanium content dating back to the 4th millennium BC, when the technology for processing these metals did not exist. What is this? Evidence of visits by extraterrestrial civilizations or proof of the existence of forgotten, highly developed cultures? Perhaps the answer lies in ancient manuscripts preserved in closed monastery libraries in Tibet, which are still not accessible to outsiders. According to rumors, these sacred texts contain references to people who came from the stars and shared knowledge with humanity about construction, medicine, and astronomy. But let us return to the wonders of the ancient world. If you ever find yourself in the jungles of Cambodia at dawn, you will witness an extraordinary sight. The first rays of the sun slowly crawl over the magnificent towers of Angkor Wat, gradually illuminating every detail of this grand temple complex. Imagine a stone structure so large that its contours are clearly visible even on satellite images from space. 5 towers, symbolizing the 5 peaks of the sacred Mount Meru, the abode of gods in Hindu mythology, rise above the jungle, like silent guardians of time. What is most astonishing about Angkor Wat is the incredible detail of the stone carvings. More than 3,000 celestial dancers, apsaras, adorn the walls of the temple, each one unique with individual facial features and hairstyles. How could ancient masters carve these figures with such precision from hard sandstone without modern tools? Local guides tell stories of stone carvers using special wooden hammers and bone chisels, but many experts doubt that primitive tools could create such exquisite details. Angkor Wat holds other mysteries as well. The temple is perfectly oriented to the cardinal directions, and during the spring equinox, the sun rises exactly over the central tower of the complex, creating a breathtaking visual effect. Such astronomical precision testifies to the deep knowledge of the ancient Khmer in celestial mechanics. But how did they achieve such accuracy without modern measuring instruments? One of the most intriguing mysteries of Angkor Wat is the construction technology. Massive stone blocks weighing up to several tons are so perfectly fitted together that not even a knife blade can be inserted between them. According to local legends, builders used a unique cement, a mixture of milk and egg whites, which hardened over time into a material stronger than stone itself. Modern analyses have indeed detected traces of organic compounds at the joints of the blocks, but the exact composition of this ancient glue remains a mystery. Particularly exciting is the recent discovery of a system of underground tunnels running beneath the temple complex. Using ground-penetrating radar and LiDAR scanning, scientists have identified a network of underground corridors connecting various parts of Angkor Wat. What were these tunnels used for? Were they part of a complex irrigation system, secret passages for priests, or a refuge in case of enemy attack? Some researchers propose an even more daring hypothesis, that these tunnels were part of a global underground network connecting ancient sacred sites around the world. We can only speculate about the other secrets hidden in this magnificent temple, gradually revealing its mysteries to modern science. But one thing is certain, Angkor Wat is not just an architectural marvel. It is a stone book of an ancient civilization, whose pages we are just beginning to read. These subterranean corridors of Angkor Wat remind us of another magnificent structure, whose mysteries are no less enigmatic, although they are more romantic in nature. In the heart of India, on the banks of the sacred river Yamuna, stands a resplendent white mausoleum, seemingly floating above the ground, the legendary Taj Mahal, an immortal poem of love, embodied in marble. When the moonlight touches its pristine domes, it seems as if the building emits its own mystical glow, captivating and immersing the viewer in a state close to trance. But do you know that behind this flawless beauty lies a story just as beautiful and tragic? Emperor Shah Jahan, grief-stricken after the death of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, vowed to create a monument worthy of their great love. According to legend, the ruler's hair turned white in one night after the loss of his beloved. To bring his vision to life, he gathered more than 20,000 workers and the finest craftsmen from Persia, the Ottoman Empire, and even distant Europe. The construction took 22 years, and each stone and detail of this architectural masterpiece is imbued with the history of great love and great sorrow. Among the numerous mysteries of the Taj Mahal, the legend of the fate of the chief architect stands out as particularly ominous. According to this tradition, after the completion of the construction, Shah Jahan ordered the hands of all craftsmen to be cut off so that they would never be able to create anything more beautiful. The chief architect was even executed to take all the secrets of the construction to his grave. Is this true or a beautiful myth intended to add drama to the already breathtaking story? Historians lean towards the latter, but this ominous legend continues to live, enveloping the Taj Mahal in an aura of mystery and tragedy. A careful observer will notice one strange peculiarity of this seemingly perfectly symmetrical building: small, almost imperceptible deviations from absolute symmetry. Local guides, with a mysterious expression, tell that these imperfections were created intentionally. According to Islamic tradition, only Allah can create something perfect, and therefore, slight deviations from the ideal were always introduced into the work of the craftsman. But there is another, more practical version. These architectural errors were carefully calculated to compensate for optical distortions and create the illusion of absolute perfection from a distance. Which of these versions is closer to the truth? Perhaps the truth, as is often the case, lies somewhere in the middle. In the moonlight, the walls of the Taj Mahal begin to shimmer with thousands of tiny sparks, as if sprinkled with stars. This is not an optical illusion. The marble walls of the mausoleum are indeed inlaid with thousands of semi-precious stones: agate, jade, malachite, lapis lazuli. They form exquisite floral ornaments, each with its own symbolic meaning. Masters used the technique pietra dura, in which stones were inserted into specially carved recesses in marble with such precision that the joints were practically invisible. How did they achieve such incredible accuracy without modern tools? This question remains unanswered. Perhaps the most amazing mystery of the Taj Mahal is its foundation, hidden from the eyes of visitors under the ground. The mausoleum is built on the bank of a river, on unstable soil, subject to erosion and seasonal floods. To ensure that the building could stand for centuries without collapsing or sinking, architects created a unique system of wells filled with stones and wood. This construction not only provides stability, but also acts as a kind of seismic protection, allowing the building to withstand earthquakes. Modern engineers continue to study this system, trying to unravel all the nuances of its operation. There is a belief that under the mausoleum lies another level: mysterious underground chambers, possibly hiding the tomb of Shah Jahan himself, who, according to legend, wanted to build a mirror image of the Taj Mahal from black marble on the opposite bank of the river, and connect both mausoleums with a silver bridge. Death prevented him from realizing this grand plan, but what if part of this plan was realized in the form of underground chambers? Archaeologists have discovered traces of some structures on the opposite bank of the Yamuna, but full-scale excavations there have never been conducted. What lies beneath the ground opposite the White Mausoleum? This question continues to puzzle researchers to this day. Speaking of the magnificent monuments of India, it is impossible not to be transported from the pristine elegance of the Taj Mahal to the riot of colors and forms that the Temple of Meenakshi in the ancient city of Madurai presents. If the Taj Mahal is an embodiment of refined harmony, then the Temple of Meenakshi is a completely different energy, a genuine kaleidoscope of divine images, as if materialized from a dream that shimmers in all the colors of the rainbow. 14 gopurams, towering pyramids, rise above the temple complex, literally exploding with thousands of sculptures depicting gods, demons, mythical creatures, and scenes from ancient epics. Each of these figures is painted in vibrant colors: lapis lazuli blue, emerald green, saffron yellow, cinnabar red, creating the impression of a living, pulsating organism frozen in stone. Local residents with a mysterious smile tell an amazing legend. On moonless nights, when the city is asleep, the sculptures come to life and descend from their places to dance in the temple courtyards and tell each other stories of the times when gods freely walked the earth. In the morning, they return to their places, and only a keen observer can notice that some figures have slightly changed their poses. Scientists, of course, explain these observations as optical illusions caused by different lighting. But is it not more interesting to believe in a miracle, at least for a moment? When you enter the main hall of the temple, you are greeted by a forest of 1,000 columns, each adorned with exquisite carvings. But the most amazing thing is hidden in what is known as the Hall of 1,000 Columns, where the famous singing columns are located. If you lightly tap on these columns, carved from solid granite, they produce melodious sounds of different pitches. How did ancient masters manage to create these stone musical instruments? What acoustic knowledge did they possess? Modern researchers suggest that the secret lies in the special composition of the stone and the technique of its processing, but the mystery has not been fully solved yet. Some columns produce sounds of 7 notes of the classical Indian musical scale. It is said that during special ceremonies, priests played sacred melodies on these stone instruments, which could induce listeners into a state of deep meditation or even trance. The temple is dedicated to the goddess Meenakshi, she whose eyes are like a fish, a manifestation of female energy and beauty. According to an ancient legend, Meenakshi was born with 3 breasts, and it was prophesied that the 3rd breast would disappear when she met her future husband. When the goddess met Shiva in the form of Sundareshvara, the beautiful god, the prophecy came true. This romantic story made the temple of Meenakshi a special place for lovers. It is believed that marriages concluded after prayer in this temple will be particularly happy and harmonious. Every year, thousands of couples come here to receive the goddess's blessing. But perhaps the most intriguing mystery of the temple is related to its orientation and architectural proportions. Researchers have discovered that the arrangement of the main sanctuaries and the proportions of the temple correspond to certain astronomical laws. On the days of the equinoxes, sunlight penetrates through special openings and illuminates the statues of the deities in a special way. Is this a coincidence, or did ancient architects possess deep astronomical knowledge? And if so, where did they get this knowledge? Beneath the temple lies a mysterious underground reservoir known as the Golden Lotus Pond. The water in it is considered sacred, and pilgrims believe it possesses healing properties. Chemical analysis has indeed shown an unusual mineral composition of this water, but modern science has not yet been able to explain its supposed healing properties. Even more mysterious is the fact that the water level in the pond remains unchanged regardless of the rainy season or drought. Where does this water come from? Is it connected to some ancient water supply system of which we are unaware? Or, as local priests claim, does the source of this water have a divine origin? Perhaps we will never get definitive answers to these questions, and the Temple of Meenakshi will remain for us a beautiful enigma, a kaleidoscope of divine images, sounds, and colors, opening a veil into the mystical world of ancient Indian culture. And perhaps it is in this incompleteness, in this dance on the border between the known and the unknown, that the main charm of such places lies. If the Temple of Meenakshi impresses with its riot of colors and forms, then a completely different mystery awaits us in the desolate lands of the Near East, where among the lifeless sands and rocks lies one of the most enigmatic cities of antiquity, Petra, a city carved directly into the pink rocks, as if a mirage appears before the traveler after a long journey through the narrow, winding canyon of Sikh. It is astonishing that this magnificent city, once the prosperous capital of the Nabatean kingdom, was forgotten by the Western world for many centuries. Only in 1812 did a Swiss researcher, Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, disguised as a Bedouin and posing as a Muslim pilgrim, manage to penetrate this mysterious place. Imagine his amazement when, after passing through the narrow canyon where the walls rise to a height of over 100 meters and almost meet above his head, he suddenly found himself facing the magnificent facade known today as Al-Hazne, or the Treasury. This moment must have been truly magical, like a portal to another world, another time. But how was this extraordinary city created? Here we encounter one of the most intriguing mysteries of Petra. Unlike traditional construction, the Nabateans used a unique method. They carved their buildings directly into the rock, working from top to bottom. Imagine this incredible process. The masters began at the top of the rock and gradually descended, carving facades, rooms, staircases, creating entire palaces within the monolithic rock. How did they plan these complex works? What tools did they use to carve columns, cornices, sculptural elements with such precision? Modern architects shake their heads. Even with our technologies, such a project would be extremely challenging. And yet, the Nabateans created their masterpieces 2,000 years ago. Notice one important detail. In Petra, there are no foundations. Buildings were not built, but carved directly out of the solid rock, becoming an integral part of the natural landscape. This feature gives the city an air of naturalness, as if it were not created by man, but simply emerged from the rock by the will of higher powers. Local Bedouins have told stories for centuries about jinns, powerful spirits who are said to have carved this city for their king. And looking at the incredible precision and skill of the execution, one begins to understand where these legends came from. But perhaps the most astonishing mystery of Petra is its ancient water supply system. Imagine a city located in the middle of a desert where rain falls only a few days a year had constant access to water. The Nabateans created an incredibly complex and efficient system for collecting, storing, and distributing water, which included dams, canals, cisterns, filters, and aqueducts. They could collect every precious drop of rainwater, directing it into massive underground reservoirs where it remained cool even in the hottest months. Archaeologists have discovered that some of these reservoirs were carved into the rock at a depth of up to 15 meters and could hold thousands of cubic meters of water. But what is even more amazing is that the Nabateans not only collected water, but also knew how to purify it. Research has shown the presence of a complex filtration system, including successive pools where water was allowed to settle and was purified of impurities. How did they come to understand these hydrological principles? Where did these advanced engineering knowledge come from? Some scholars suggest that the Nabateans may have borrowed these technologies from more ancient civilizations, but there is no definitive evidence of this. There is also a more daring hypothesis, that the Nabateans possessed some lost knowledge about underground waters and could detect their presence without modern instruments. Otherwise, how can we explain that they chose for their capital a place where significant underground rivers flowed at depth? Was it a coincidence, or the result of unknown methods of water search? And how did they manage to keep this incredibly complex engineering system in working condition for centuries? These questions remain unanswered, and the Pink City continues to keep its secrets, as if mocking our attempts to fully unravel the secrets of the ancient masters. And perhaps it is this very incompleteness, this eternal mystery, that attracts us to such places as Petra. Fragments of ancient civilizations, where rocks preserve the memory of times when people may have known things that we have long forgotten. As the mysteries of Petra continue to captivate researchers, let us transport ourselves to the other end of the world, where amidst lush tropical jungles on the island of Java lies another equally enigmatic monument of antiquity, the Borobudur Temple. Imagine a colossal stone pyramid consisting of 9 tiers rising towards the heavens like steps to enlightenment, all without a single nail or drop of cement. How did the ancient masters of the 8th century create such a magnificent structure using only the technique of perfect stone fitting? This monumental temple, the largest Buddhist monument in the world, contains over 2 million stone blocks, each weighing several hundred kilograms. They are laid with such precision that not even a knife blade can be inserted between them. What tools did the ancient builders use? How did they lift these massive blocks to a height of more than 36 meters without modern machinery? Look down on Borobudur from a bird's eye view, and you will see that its form is an ideal mandala, a sacred geometric figure symbolizing the universe in Buddhist cosmology. Simultaneously, the temple embodies the image of a giant lotus flower, a symbol of purity and enlightenment. But what is most astonishing is that this is not just a sanctuary, but a true spiritual quest, a 3-dimensional textbook on Buddhist philosophy. A pilgrim ascending the temple's tiers traverses a path from the world of desires to ultimate enlightenment, moving in a spiral around the central axis of the temple. The walls of the corridors are adorned with 1,460 carved panels, forming the longest series of reliefs in the world. They tell stories from the life of Buddha and Buddhist parables, creating a kind of stone book stretched over several kilometers. But who were the masters who created these exquisite reliefs? How did they achieve such expressiveness and elegance in volcanic stone? And why was this magnificent temple suddenly abandoned after several centuries of active use? Here we encounter one of the most mysterious enigmas of Borobudur. Imagine a majestic temple, a center of pilgrimage and learning, suddenly forgotten. It is buried under volcanic ash, swallowed by the jungle, and for nearly 1,000 years, no one remembers it. How could such a grand structure simply slip from human memory? Some scholars link this to the eruption of the Merapi volcano in 2006, while others point to the mass conversion of the Javanese to Islam in the 15th century. But no theory can fully explain this mysterious oblivion. Borobudur was accidentally discovered only in 1814 when British Lieutenant Thomas Stamford Raffles, the temporary governor of Java, heard local legends about an ancient temple in the jungle. Under his leadership, 200 workers cleared the land for 2 weeks to uncover the top of the mysterious structure. Imagine their surprise when a colossal stone monument began to emerge from under layers of earth and vegetation. But even after its second birth, Borobudur continues to conceal many secrets. Archaeologists have discovered that the original foundation of the temple was completely rebuilt in ancient times. Beneath the current structure lies an older foundation with mysterious reliefs that were intentionally hidden by the builders. What is depicted on these hidden panels? Why were they concealed? Perhaps they contained forbidden knowledge or heresies, contradicting official Buddhist teachings? Another inexplicable feature of Borobudur is its acoustic properties. In certain corridors and niches, sound spreads in a remarkable way, creating echo and resonance effects that amplify mantras and prayers. Was this planned by the ancient architects, or is it a happy coincidence? If it was intentional, what acoustic knowledge did the builders possess 1,000 years ago? Finally, the most intriguing mystery is the 72 small domes of the temple, each containing a Buddha statue enclosed in a stone lattice. These cages are carved from a single block of stone along with the statue inside. How did the ancient masters create such a complex structure without modern tools? For this, they would have had to work from the inside out, which seems technically impossible. Some enthusiasts propose bold hypotheses about unknown stone softening technologies or even extraterrestrial intervention. Scholars, however, tend to believe that the ancient masters possessed incredible patience and skill, allowing them to create these masterpieces using traditional methods, but at a level of craftsmanship unattainable by modern stonemasons. In any case, the magnificent Borobudur continues to guard its secrets, like a silent witness to a long-gone civilization, leaving us a message encrypted in stone. And who knows how many more such wonders of antiquity lie hidden in impenetrable jungles, under desert sands, or at the bottom of oceans, waiting for their moment to once again astonish us with the skill of long-lost civilizations. While Borobudur continues to amaze us with its mysteries, let us now travel to the heart of Tibet, where, at an altitude of over 3,700 meters above sea level, stands the magnificent Potala Palace. This grand complex, often referred to as the City in the Clouds, is not only an architectural marvel, but also a sacred place filled with mystique and history. Legend has it that the first Dalai Lama chose this site for the temple after having a vision in a dream. He saw Buddhist deities descending from the heavens to bless his endeavor. How could a person choose such a high and inaccessible location for construction? This question remains unanswered, but the very existence of this place inspires awe. The construction of the Potala was indeed a feat. How could ancient craftsmen create such a large complex using only primitive tools and without modern technology? The palace consists of more than 1,000 rooms, many of which are adorned with exquisite frescoes and statues. But how was it built? It is believed that local monks believed in the power of prayer, which helped them lift light stones. However, scientific research shows that massive blocks were actually lifted using wooden structures and ropes, demonstrating the incredible ingenuity and skill of the ancient builders. Imagine thousands of monks working in harsh conditions and at high altitudes, where the air is thin, lifting blocks with simple but effective technologies. Inside the Potala, you will find an indescribable richness of decoration. Walls are covered with vibrant frescoes depicting scenes from Buddhist mythology, and golden Buddha statues gleam in the light of lamps, creating an atmosphere of mystical tranquility and serenity. Every corner of this place is imbued with the spirit of antiquity, and its majestic architecture seems to whisper about the secrets it holds. How were such extraordinary works of art created in conditions where access to resources was limited? Some researchers suggest that masters used not only traditional methods, but also knowledge passed down from their ancestors, which might have possessed special secrets. But, like many other ancient monuments, the Potala hides many mysteries. Why, over centuries, has this sacred place not only remained the center of Buddhist teaching, but also become a political control object? How has it survived in conditions where Tibetan culture has been strongly influenced from the outside? Have you ever wondered what other secrets might be hidden behind the walls of this enigmatic palace? Perhaps this place holds not only spiritual secrets, but also knowledge of ancient civilizations that could change our understanding of history. The Potala remains a symbol of grandeur and mystery, And like many other ancient architectural masterpieces, it awaits the revelation of its secrets. How many more cities in the clouds remain unexplored, hidden from the eyes of the modern world, and what unique stories could they tell? But this is not the only mystery hidden within the depths of Eastern history. Let us travel to China, where behind the purple walls of the magnificent Forbidden City lies an imperial secret, veiled by centuries-old legends and myths. This imperial palace complex, which once served as the residence of Chinese emperors, astounds its visitors not only by its scale but also by its atmosphere, permeated with mysticism. The Forbidden City consists of more than 9,000 rooms, each holding its own secrets, recounting the great history of the Ming and Qing dynasties. Why exactly 9,000? In Chinese culture, this number is a symbol of eternity and supreme power. Behind each door lie not only luxurious halls but also numerous hidden places shrouded in legend. It is said that within this labyrinth of corridors and halls are chambers where ancient artifacts and scrolls containing lost knowledge are stored. Imagine the treasures that await discovery and the mysteries that could be unraveled. As one enters the Forbidden City, the architectural symmetry and harmony immediately catch the eye. Even the simplest details bear deep symbolic meaning. For instance, the uniquely placed nails on the gates, which serve not only as fasteners, but also symbolize protection from evil spirits and unfavorable energies. Every element of the palace was meticulously designed to instill fear and respect for the emperor. But how did ancient craftsmen create such a breathtaking masterpiece using only primitive tools? This is yet another mystery hidden behind the walls of this grand structure. The Forbidden City has not only left an indelible mark on history, but has also become the subject of numerous debates and theories. Some researchers suggest that hidden passages may exist within its depths, leading to other significant places that once played a crucial role in the country's fate. According to rumors, these passages were created for quick evacuation of the emperor and his entourage in case of danger, but none have been discovered to this day. How is this possible? Why, after centuries, has no one found these mysterious passages? Among researchers and historians, there are rumors that the Forbidden City contains rooms where records of ancient rituals and practices are stored, which could change our understanding not only of Chinese history, but of human civilization as a whole. One can only speculate about the knowledge that may have been lost and the discoveries that await us in the future. But, like many other ancient monuments, the Forbidden City remains shrouded in an aura of mystery and inaccessibility. What other secrets may be hidden behind its purple walls? What stories await their turn to be told? And perhaps this is just the beginning of what we can learn about the great civilizations that have left us this enigmatic and majestic legacy. How many more such forbidden cities are hidden around the world, waiting to reveal their secrets to those who dare to seek them? Let us move to Lashan, where a magnificent statue of Buddha, carved into the rock, stands guard over the Jinsha River, as if it were a guardian of ancient secrets and a protector of all travelers. This colossal figure, over 30 meters tall, is awe-inspiring in its scale and splendor, causing anyone who stands before it to pause in admiration. However, behind this artistic beauty lies a touching story of self-sacrifice by the monk Haitun, who, according to legend, decided to create this statue to calm the turbulent waters of the river and protect the local inhabitants from devastating floods. How could one person, armed only with faith and unwavering determination, leave such a mark on history? This is a question to which we can only speculate, for Haitun's efforts did not end with the creation of the statue. He spent many years studying the local conditions and selecting the perfect location for its installation. The monk understood that his creation must not only inspire awe, but also serve a practical function. The Buddha in Lashan is not just a statue, it is an extraordinary example of ancient engineering. The drainage system, built into the statue itself, is meticulously designed. Water flowing down the Buddha's hair is directed into pre-prepared channels, preventing erosion of the rock and protecting the statue from the destructive forces of nature. How could this have been achieved in an era when technology was still in its infancy? Behind this system lies a deep meaning, harmony between man and nature, the striving to create something greater than just a stone figure. Looking at the statue, one cannot help but wonder how many such amazing solutions have been lost to time, and what other mysteries this place may hold. The Buddha statue in Lashan has become not only an architectural masterpiece, but also an object of veneration for millions of people. Each year, pilgrims come to pay homage to Haitun and pray before the great statue. But what drives these people? A desire for spiritual enlightenment or a longing to touch something greater than themselves? This place is not only filled with history, but also imbued with an atmosphere of sanctity that makes one ponder the eternal truths. But what is the true nature of this statue? Does it really protect the local inhabitants, or is it just a legend created by the human imagination? There are many theories about the mysteries that Lashan may still hold. Some rumors speak of secret tunnels hidden beneath the earth that could connect the statue with other sacred places in China. But so far, none of these tunnels have been discovered. How is this possible? Why, over centuries, has no one been able to find these mysterious paths that may hold the wisdom and knowledge of our ancestors? Thus, the Buddha statue in Lashan remains not only a monument to art and engineering genius, but also a symbol of an eternal enigma that continues to this day. What other secrets await discovery in this remarkable place? Perhaps in every stone lies an unsolved riddle that could unlock the doors to the past, where untold stories and forgotten knowledge still reside. The question remains open. How many more such wonders are hidden from the eyes of modern man, waiting to be revealed by those who dare to delve into the depths of time? Let's move to the heart of Cambodia, to the enigmatic Temple of Bayon, where smiling stone faces, carved from solid granite, gaze at the world with an extraordinary expression. These mystical faces, numbering more than 80, seem to hold the secrets of an ancient empire that once flourished on these lands. At first glance, these smiles, though stone, appear to tell stories of which we are not even aware. What is their true nature? Some researchers propose that these faces are portraits of King Jayavarman VII, who ruled in the 12th century and was known for his great building projects. Others suggest that they are images of the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, a symbol of compassion, who was meant to protect and guide people on the path to enlightenment. But what if all these assumptions are just the tip of the iceberg, and the true meaning of these stone smiles is much deeper and more complex? Local legends add even more mystery. It is said that the expressions of the faces change depending on the time of day. In the morning, they look more joyful, and in the evening, they appear sad, as if reflecting the change from day to night. How is this possible? Can stone have a soul? These questions remain unanswered, fueling more debates among researchers and travelers who come here to try to solve this ancient riddle. But this is not the only paradox surrounding the Temple of Bayon. Recent archaeological discoveries have opened new horizons for understanding this extraordinary place. Using modern technologies such as laser scanning, scientists have found that the layout of the temple's towers may be linked to an ancient star chart of the Khmer Empire. This discovery suggests that the temple was not just a religious center, but also an astronomical observatory. Perhaps the ancient builders used astronomical phenomena to create this magnificent structure. How did they manage to combine architecture with astronomy using only primitive tools? This discovery adds new elements to the already complex picture and raises even more questions. How are all these elements, mysterious smiles, local legends, and astronomical connections, connected? Perhaps the Temple of Bayon was not just a place of worship, but also a symbol of the deep connection that ancient Khmers had with the cosmos and nature. What did those who created these grand structures really want to convey to us? Each visitor, standing before these stone faces, cannot help but wonder how many more untold stories are hidden in the shadows of this ancient temple, and what secrets will be revealed in the future. This mystery, like many others, remains unsolved, fueling our curiosity and desire to explore the world, which may hold more than we can imagine. How much more beauty and mystery awaits us in the depths of history, waiting to be revealed. Let us shift our focus to another enigma, to ancient observatories that, like the stargates of the past, reveal the mysteries of the heavens. One of the most famous is the Jantar Mantar in India, where massive stone instruments, meticulously crafted with remarkable precision, were used to observe celestial bodies. These structures, made of brick and stone, may appear simple, but their purpose runs much deeper than one might initially think. Each device, from colossal sundials to astrolabes, was carefully designed to track the movements of stars and planets. How did ancient astronomers, using only primitive tools, achieve such accuracy in their observations? Perhaps they possessed knowledge that was lost or forgotten over the centuries. The Jantar Mantar was constructed in the 17th century at the command of Maharaja Jai Singh II, who is believed to have been not only a ruler, but also a passionate scientist. He dreamed of creating an observatory that could not only predict astronomical events, but also link them to terrestrial phenomena. As impressive as these constructions are, their true purpose remains a mystery. Some researchers suggest that the Jantar Mantar was used for astrological predictions, while others claim it served as a place for the study of deeper spiritual aspects of existence. What is the true nature of this place? Legends tell of astronomers who worked here believing that celestial bodies governed the fates of people. Perhaps it was this connection between the cosmos and earthly life that inspired them to undertake such a grand project. If we reflect, how many ancient civilizations sought to understand what lies beyond our planet? From Mesopotamia to the Maya, from ancient Egypt to India, each culture sought a path to the stars, leaving behind many enigmas. But the Jantar Mantar stands out among them for its uniqueness and architectural complexity. How can these giant stone instruments, once used for observing the heavens, help us understand our place in this vast cosmos? What significance did these observations hold for those who conducted them? There are theories that ancient astronomers could not only calculate time, but also predict omens that might precede important societal events. What role did stars play in the lives of ordinary people, and how could this knowledge influence the decisions of rulers? Delving into the history of the Jantar Mantar, we encounter numerous theories that often seem even more puzzling and mysterious. Some scholars argue that it was not just an observatory, but a kind of temple where ancient astronomers could perform rituals, invoking celestial powers. Others suggest that it served as a place for teaching and passing down knowledge to future generations. Yet, despite all these speculations, the true purpose and significance of the Jantar Mantar remain unraveled. How many secrets do these stone structures hold? How many untold pages of history are hidden in the shadows of time? Perhaps behind each star chart, each measurement, lies something greater. Something that could change our understanding of ancient civilizations and their connection to the cosmos. This enigma, like many others, continues to draw researchers and adventurers, compelling them to seek answers to questions that may never be fully answered. And perhaps, somewhere in the depths of history, there are other observatories waiting for their moment to reveal their secrets and open new horizons of understanding. Let us now turn to another enigma, the world of the rice terraces of Ifugao in the Philippines, which resemble staircases to the heavens, crafted by human hands, reaching towards the clouds and captivating the imagination with their grand landscape. These terraces, carved into mountain slopes over 2,000 years ago, are not only an outstanding engineering feat, but also a testament to the deep interaction between humans and nature. Each terrace, like a masterfully carved painting, tells the story of how ancient tribes living here created a complex ecosystem that ensured their survival in the harsh mountain conditions. How did they achieve such harmony with their surroundings? A complex irrigation system developed by the local inhabitants directs rainwater through winding channels, nourishing each terrace. Each step carved into the earth prevents erosion and helps retain moisture. These terraces are not just fields for growing rice. They are a living history passed down through generations, where each family knows its boundaries without relying on maps, using oral traditions and collective memory. How can such a complex system of knowledge be preserved in the face of constant change and challenges faced by society? The local people, known as Ifugao, skillfully use their abilities to pass on secrets of agriculture and technology developed by their ancestors. Their ability to work with the land, respect for nature, and attachment to their roots create a unique culture where each terrace becomes not just a piece of land, but part of a shared heritage. But what lies behind this incredible history? What were the true motivations of the ancient builders who created these staircases to the heavens? Legends say that the rice terraces of Ifugao served not only as a source of food, but also as a place for rituals aimed at bringing good luck and prosperity. Traditions related to farming are woven into the daily life of the local residents, and each season of agricultural work becomes not just labor, but part of a sacred cycle. What significance does this connection between humans and the land hold in our modern world, where many lose touch with their roots? Despite all the technological advancements surrounding us today, the terraces of Ifugao remain a symbol of resilience and wisdom that humanity can draw from its past. The complexity of their construction and the ingenuity of their irrigation systems inspire scientists and researchers from around the world. How many such places filled with mysteries and knowledge remain unnoticed in our fast-paced world? We can only speculate about the secrets hidden in the depths of history and the lessons that can be drawn from these ancient methods. Perhaps on the horizon lie discoveries that will help us once again find our connection with nature and understand the importance of passing knowledge to future generations. Each step on the terraces of Ifugao reminds us that we are part of a great history where nature and humans coexist in harmony. And perhaps in this interaction lies not just an answer to the questions of the past, but also a key to the future we are building. How many more of these staircases to the heavens await discovery and admiration? Let us transport ourselves to the enigmatic world of Bagan, an ancient city that seems lost in time, where countless pagodas and temples reach for the heavens, creating a captivating view that is impossible to forget. This city, located in Myanmar, is considered one of the most significant archaeological sites in Southeast Asia and is shrouded in numerous legends and myths. It is said that once the rulers of Bagan built one temple per day, eager to leave a mark on eternity and gain the blessing of the gods. But how could one city contain so many stories and mysteries carried through the centuries? A walk through Bagan is a journey into the past, where the warmth of ancient stone is felt underfoot, and the spirit of antiquity fills the air. Thousands of pagodas, each with its unique history, stand as silent sentinels, guarding their secrets from the modern world. Archaeologists exploring this territory uncover remarkable frescoes beneath layers of plaster, vibrant and rich, that tell of the lives of people in those distant times. These images are not just works of art, but also important historical documents that allow us to glimpse the everyday life of the ancient inhabitants of Bagan. What significance do these visual testimonies hold for our understanding of their culture and beliefs? But perhaps the most intriguing mystery is the secret of the ancient building mortar used by the masters in constructing their temples. Scientists still puzzle over how they managed to create such durable structures, revealing secrets that lie in the use of fruit juice and sticky rice. This unique composition not only ensured the longevity of the buildings, but also allowed them to withstand the elements, preserving them for centuries. How did the ancient builders arrive at such an innovative solution? Among the vast plains of Bagan, one can see pagodas with characteristic silhouettes rising above the green fields. Their shapes create a mesmerizing landscape that becomes particularly mystical in the evening, when the sun sets over the horizon. The local people, who have inherited their traditions from their ancestors, often tell stories of how these temples were places of worship, where rituals were performed to ensure prosperity and protection. But what lies behind these sacred practices? What significance did these rituals hold for the ancient inhabitants of Bagan, and do they persist in any form today? Perhaps the key to understanding the mysteries of Bagan lies in the interaction between humans and the divine. The wisdom and artistry of the ancient builders continue to inspire contemporary architects and researchers, who strive to unravel the secrets of this unique place. Imagine the diversity and complexity of the society that created such magnificent architecture, which has endured to this day. How many more secrets lie hidden beneath the earth? And what discoveries await us in the future when technology allows us to peer into the darkest corners of history? Each step through this ancient city serves as a reminder that we are not alone in our quest to understand the past. Bagan, with its thousands of pagodas and legends, remains one of the most mysterious and captivating chapters in our history. But the mysteries associated with this place do not end there. What is the true significance of this city for the modern world, and what else can we learn from its ancient stones? The questions that remain unanswered only fuel our interest in this unique historical heritage and drive us to seek new horizons in the study of human civilization. How many more such places, filled with mysteries, await their time to be discovered and explored? But this is not the only mystery that hovers in the air, like a gentle breeze wrapping around ancient structures. Let's transport ourselves to the heart of Japan, to Kyoto, where the gleaming golden pavilion, or Kinkakuji as it is known, reflects in the tranquil waters of a pond, creating a magical spectacle that leaves no one indifferent. This temple, covered in real gold, seems to embody the radiance of eternity, its brilliance captivating and enchanting, evoking images of long-gone eras. Built in the 14th century as an aristocratic villa, it became a Buddhist temple, and its history is filled with numerous turning points, including devastating wars and tragic fires. How did it transform from a simple residence into a sacred place, symbolizing resilience and adherence to traditions? Every element of Kinkakuji is imbued with symbolism. The golden leaves that shimmer in the sun are not merely decorations. They represent the ideal of beauty and purity, reflecting the philosophical teachings of Zen Buddhism. Inside the temple, there are no less remarkable works of art, statues and frescoes that tell the story of the spiritual path and the pursuit of enlightenment. Each touch of these ancient artifacts seems to transport us to the times when samurai and aristocrats sought tranquility in this sacred sanctuary. But what truly drives people to come here and touch this wonder? What is the true significance of this place in the modern world? Despite undergoing numerous trials, including a devastating fire in the late 1960s, Kinkaku-ji was meticulously restored, demonstrating a profound respect for its heritage. This restoration became a symbol not only of physical, but also spiritual rebirth, showing how traditions can endure even in the most challenging times. What does this process mean for the Japanese people? Can we draw parallels between the restoration of Kinkaku-ji and the effort to preserve cultural heritage in other parts of the world? Walking through the garden surrounding the temple, one can feel how nature and architecture harmoniously intertwine, creating an atmosphere of serenity. Birds sing their songs, and the wind whispers ancient secrets that seem to be held within these stone walls. But what lies behind this idyllic scene? What were the true intentions of those who built this temple? What did they want to leave behind as their legacy? It is important to note that Kinkaku-ji is not just a temple. It is a complex where each element has its own significance. From the pond reflecting the pavilion to the surrounding columns and gardens, all of this creates a unique atmosphere that takes one's breath away and makes one ponder eternity. What were the thoughts of the creators of this place when they designed it? What did they want to convey to future generations? Every corner of Kinkaku-ji, every reflection on the surface of the pond, these are reminders that beauty and spirituality can coexist despite the trials of time. This resilience and adherence to traditions make us think about how many more secrets are hidden in history and what their influence is on our present. How many more such places, filled with mysteries and grandeur, are waiting to be discovered and explored? How much more do we not know about those who lived before us and left their traces in eternity? This is not the only mystery hidden in the shadows of ancient ruins, like an echo of lost time. Let us travel to distant Pakistan, where once thriving cultures now lie silent. Among the sands and fields, the ruins of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa stand. Two magnificent cities built by the Indus Valley civilization, shrouded in mystery. These cities, established more than 5,000 years ago, were true marvels of engineering. Their meticulous planning, with straight streets and carefully designed houses, still amazes contemporary architects. The water supply and sewerage systems, unheard of in the world at that time, testify to a high level of technological advancement. How could such an advanced civilization, with such advanced knowledge, disappear without a trace? Researchers find traces of remarkable achievements in the ruins of Mohenjo-daro. Massive brick buildings, drainage systems, and even baths for ritual ablutions. Yet, amidst these achievements, many questions remain. Why are there no temples or palaces typical of other ancient civilizations in Mohenjo-daro? What kind of society could build such complex systems but leave virtually no trace of its spiritual world? What happened to the people who once inhabited these magnificent cities? Theories about the decline of this mysterious civilization range from ecological catastrophes to invasions by neighboring tribes. Some archaeologists suggest that climate change could have caused the Indus River to dry up, leading to mass migration. How could such a natural disaster have wiped out an entire culture, leaving only ruins where once flourishing cities stood? Others point to possible internal conflicts or epidemics that could have undermined societal stability. Yet, none of these theories provide definitive answers. Walking through the ancient streets of Harappa, one feels the awakening of ancient history. Here, amidst the debris, lies a mystery that has haunted generations of researchers. The air is filled with a sense that we are not just observing history, but standing on the brink of a great discovery. Each find is a piece of a puzzle that could finally reveal the secrets of this lost civilization. But what if we never uncover the truth? What was the true cause of their disappearance, and what did they leave behind besides stones and clay? Perhaps these ruins hide not only the mysteries of the past, but also enigmas that could influence our understanding of human nature. How many such cultures, like the Indus Valley civilization, are still waiting to be discovered and studied? We can only imagine how many extraordinary stories are hidden beneath the earth, waiting to be revealed by curious researchers. How many secrets remain unsolved, and what is our place in this endless human history? Concluding our fascinating journey through 15 remarkable architectural wonders of Asia, we cannot help but reflect on the fact that these magnificent structures are not merely massive stone blocks and building materials, but living testaments to the genius, faith, and incredible capabilities of ancient civilizations. Each of these marvels, from grand temples to colossal fortresses, tells a unique story filled with mysteries and secrets that continue to captivate scholars, architects, and travelers alike. How could people living thousands of years ago create such extraordinary works of art? How did they harness their knowledge to overcome the challenges of nature and time? Despite the passage of centuries, these monuments continue to astound us with their beauty, scale, and unsolved construction secrets. We see how architecture mirrors the cultural and spiritual values of societies about which we can only speculate. This inspires us to delve deeper into the history and culture of Asia, to visit these extraordinary places not only to see them with our own eyes, but also to feel the magic that surrounds these ancient monuments. We invite you to share your impressions, thoughts, and favorite architectural masterpieces of Asia in the comments below the video. Your stories and memories can become part of a shared heritage that we all cherish. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you want to continue discovering amazing corners of our planet and the mysteries of the past. Each new episode is an opportunity to touch the enigmas that await their time to be revealed. The eternal value of these ancient structures as part of the world's cultural heritage cannot be overstated, as they serve as a source of inspiration for future generations. Touching these mysteries enriches our perspective on human history, reminding us that behind every stone, every carving, lies not only history, but also the dreams of those who once created these wonders. So, what else might be hidden in the depths of the earth, waiting for its secrets to be revealed? How many more extraordinary stories are there to tell?